Welcome to 5 Minutes Beside the Sea. This video podcast is hosted by me, Chris Anderson. Have you, like me, while sitting beside the sea, find yourself enveloped in a cotillion of nature? The motion and rhythm of the waves found in a place with tens of thousands, if not millions, of nature's tidbits, the rocks, the sand, the wood. I sit here and look at those rocks, and when looked upon more closely, find a disordered ordering that is jarring and yet sublime. These fascinating little moments of natural creation have been molded and shaped by someone or something far beyond us, be it by God or the rush of the sea moved by the lunar pulses that we only know about from reading those books on science. I'm fascinated by the varieties of rocks, of shells and sand that you find along the sea. You run your hand through the patch of nature in front of you and you think, oh, that's the most beautiful rock within distance that I can see. Then you reach for that one rock and you find just beyond it or just under it another and yet another. I push my hand through the rocks, through the sand, and find a shaped stone unique to me. And I wonder, has someone else also found that same rock among the many? Did they also think what I'm thinking? Wondering if anyone else has seen the beauty of this one stone or this piece of glass. Or perhaps they haven't and felt their finding was just one of the many natural casings that are tossed from the deep onto shore, hidden to most, occasionally found by one. As I sit beside the sea, I notice a plethora of variety of shapes and sizes of stones. The colors, when looked at with a critical eye, burst out at me in shades of purple and green, yellow, gold, gray, black, and white, each with their own naturally molded design, each with different palettes of sparkle, different crevices, different identities. Some seem to be made of cement, some appear to be glass, some even brick, with the name of the foundry stamped ever so clearly on its side. And if you are like me, you wonder, how did these things make their way along my path, my route, when there are hundreds of paths, hundreds of routes along the sea? The steady waves lap against those stones over and over again, a rhythm, a pattern, a relaxing wave, a relaxing sound, to give us peace, to make us think, to give us hope that the next wave will come right behind the last. These waves will carry us and move us forward, even if we've lost someone dear, maybe even lost two in too short a time. There is a sense of interplay along the sea, abject loneliness mixed harshly with togetherness, people sitting alone in a chair, people fishing with no particular intentions of catching the next big one, people walking alone, people sitting on the sand doing nothing other than staring out at the expanse with bigger thoughts and hidden pain that no one can fathom. This is set beside those in a state of togetherness, people walking side by side, hand in hand, people laughing at what we don't know from a distance, but we know that together the laughs merge into a safe place for the two, a place where even the lonely sometimes feel they can't gather. The sea, with all these things at play, is a tension that rubs the core of your being sometimes. You feel lonely and together at the same time. You hurt, you find hope, you urge yourself to carry on. Finally, sitting beside the sea is wonderful with a partner. You can talk about everything and sometimes nothing at all. You look out into the distance together. You see other lands across the sea with the busybodies being busy. You see the moving ships and people on them at play. You see the waves together, and you wonder, what's beneath the surface? This cotillion of nature is a harmony we need to hear, and a dance that we hope will never end. And if it does, you will return to the water's edge, and you will hope, and you will find that next step that leads to that next day of forever.